All right, Danny Parkins and Mike Welch here for the third and final day of Chiefs OTAs. Figure we talk a little quarterbacks. I guess it's Alex Smith's team. That's evidently clear.
Yeah, it is. You see a lot of the reps going to Chase Daniel, but Alex Smith is first in every single exercise they do. And then Ricky Stanzi, at least at this point, considerably more reps than Tyler Bray.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting about Ricky Stanzi and Tyler Bray. It will probably be the most talked about battle of quarterbacks because it is so obvious. Just with it's Alex Smith's team. They paid Chase Daniel a bunch of money. He's the backup. Chase Daniel looked okay today. It's impossible for me, though, to make a real evaluation on these quarterbacks when there's no hitting, no tackling, and no pads. So I don't really know what I'm supposed to take away about the quarterbacks.
One thing I saw that I took a lot away from is Tyler Bray, when they were doing routes and they're actually throwing to wide receivers, he just threw an atrocious pass on a crossing pattern, and he immediately dropped down and did 5 push-ups and then came up. I'm not sure if that's a Andy Reid thing or if that's something he just does, but at the very least it shows that there is a certain work ethic there that I think everybody's been a little bit worried about.
Yeah, that's a good point about Tyler Bray. And the thing, too, is, though, with Tyler Bray, they have names on the back of the practice jerseys now, which is really helpful for those of us in the media trying to learn the new Chiefs. But if you took the names off and you took the numbers off, Tyler Bray, you could probably sell to me that he was a former number 1 overall pick, just in terms of size, arm strength, velocity on his passes. I mean, I know Tyler Bray's backstory, so I know he isn't. But if you just look at the guy, he actually does look pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah. Physically, Tyler Bray is head and shoulders above everybody else. The only guy comparable in size is Alex Smith, and he's still a solid 2 inches shorter and doesn't have near the arm strength. So purely just from physical prowess, I mean, it is Tyler Bray. If you took the numbers off, you'd say that guy's the starter, and that guy's the clear number 1 overall pick. But I don't know. Maybe one day we'll be talking about how lucky it was that he had all those questions about his character and his work ethic and attitude. Maybe one day we'll be talking about how great it is that he fell to the undrafted and ended up signing in Kansas City.
Yeah, the next great Tom Brady story. Let's just go through one guy that stood out for each of us. I'll just say that Sean Smith stood out to me. Again, it's impossible to make any judgments about players when you're talking about guys not wearing pads and not being able to hit. But the guy is gigantic, and he lined up against John Baldwin in the base package. That's where you're going to see him against the other team's biggest receiver. He looked more like a linebacker than a corner to me. Anyone stand out to you?
Eric Berry did something that stood out to me. They were doing a drill, and they were doing a quick cut drill, and he took the first cut, and then he bailed on the drill. He just kind of ran off. They didn't really yell at him. They didn't say much to him. They just kept moving. They just moved on, and it makes you wonder, is that knee yet, all the way healed? I mean, everybody heals a little bit differently. He's coming off the ACL tear from 2 years ago. I guess now it'd be about 1.5 years. But the way he bailed on that, where he tried to cut to his right and then he just kept going, it makes me worry a little bit about where he is with his progression with his knee.
And then one final note from me on the third day of Chiefs OTAs. John Baldwin was getting a lot of individual attention, both from the wide receiver coach and Andy Reid himself. One thing Andy Reid said to John Baldwin that I was able to overhear was, I care much more about the route than the speed of the route. John Baldwin's not exactly a speedy guy. Get top speed when he goes deep, but they're really working on the fine-tuned details of John Baldwin's route. So with Mike Welch, I'm Danny Parkins wrapping up Chiefs OTAs out here at Arrowhead.